So Dee Durrell and Carrie Ann finally make up. Stargate is still a bird, and the ladies convene. Let's get into it, guys. So this weekend has been super eventful for the sector. Shout out to everybody in the sector who went live this weekend, from Dee Durrell, Germ on the board, and just to name a few. So I did become part of a couple of those panels, and I just wanted to get into that information with you guys and see what you guys think about it. Okay. We will be having the weekly Oracle tonight, so make sure that you guys check that out. And also make sure that you hit that like button on the way in, subscribe, and make sure that you are sharing this video as well, okay, so that it can get through the algorithm and everybody can get this information. Hope you guys are doing excellent on this Sunday, as I am. And let's go ahead and get right into this news. So last night was pretty eventful in the sector. There was quite a bit of conversations going on, different arguments back and forth. It almost felt like Slander God was back on the scene. But yeah, we do miss him, but he's not out here. But we did have kind of an extenuation of that on Dee Durrell's channel, as well as Germ on the board. And then after that, the ladies took the conversation over to Josephine's chat. So make sure you guys check that out. I am going to put a link to that video in the description box, because there was quite a bit of conversation in that video that was building. It was a powerhouse panel, and the ladies were literally building with one another, and we had some excellent conversation. And I would like you guys to go and check that out. Let me go ahead and check out the comments before I go and get into my commentary. Hey, sometimes QT1, Clark, and We Unlock. I really appreciate you guys being in the building. We had a wonderful conversation last night, QT, and I'm going to get into that. Let's talk about this bird real quick, okay? Stargate. So I really wanted to get into that in particular because there was a lot going on with that. Hey, Tiff P, I appreciate you becoming a new member, sis. Shout out to Tiff P. That is my girl. She was out there building with us last night. She heard a lot of the conversation. But unfortunately, you did miss the conversation with the ladies last night. So I'm definitely going to get into that a little bit, but I'm particularly going to put a link in the description box. So for those of you who missed it and do not know who Josephine the chat sector is, most of you in the sector know who she is, but for the other ones who are new to the sector, I'm going to put a link to that so you guys can see the building that took place with the ladies last night, okay? So, but first we're going to go ahead and get into the bird, okay? So for those of you who don't know who the bird is, Stargate is the actual bird. We call her bird. Shout out to Brown Sugar Baby. She's actually the one that I first heard that term from. I think there's some other people that were calling her a bird too, but I know that Brown Sugar Baby particularly called her that, and that really triggered her. Okay, and we like to trigger Stargate because it works, and she gets triggered. It works. I mean, hey. Anyway, we didn't like particularly triggering Stargate at some point. She just kind of got so defensive with everybody and so disrespectful to everybody that we had to become, this way with her. So I'm not going to get into, like I said, the full conversation that we had last night in regards to Stargate, but I will get into this. What we have uncovered, and I think we've all just know it anyway, is that it's not everybody, but there are a certain number of people who like to coddle Stargate, okay? They like to tell her that, hey, it's fine. Everybody's just jealous of you, or everybody just wants to be you, or something like that, And Stargate is a pretty girl. I'm not going to say that she's ugly or anything crazy like that, but she has an awful personality, an awful heart, and it's just makes her ugly. Her personality makes her a very ugly person. And I don't think that she intends to be that way. I just think that with her intellect, the way that it is, I think she doesn't know any other way to what's the word I'm looking for? She doesn't know how to interact with women. She doesn't know how to interact with men either, or anybody, because of her intellect. And that's sad in a sense. But it is what it is. And what I'm gonna need people to do is to stop coddling this woman. Okay, I'm gonna need you guys to stop pretending with her that you don't see this destructive behavior that she does. Okay, that she does to herself. I mean, she literally will get on a cliff and jump off that cliff in front of everybody and expect everybody to catch her. And you guys are all there to just like, oh, not all, but some of y'all be there to like, oh, Stargate, it's okay. Those stupid ladies, them poor them ladies, they done pushed you off that edge. Now you done watched her jump off the edge, but you gonna still tell her that people pushed her off the edge. Like, what I'm gonna need y'all to do is stop coddling her and stop pretending with her, okay? She's probably never going to sleep with you. So you could stop acting like she will, okay? And you could stop pretending that she will. And just go ahead and just tell her the truth about herself. Because ultimately, when you tell her the truth, you can help her, okay? Because this young lady, she's not even young. This old lady needs help, okay? She is almost 50 years old. She is older than me. She's older than a lot of the women in the sector, okay? And at this point, she should be on another level, okay? And she's not. And the reason that she's not on another level in this sector is because there are still people who are like, Stargate, it is not your fault. It is everybody else's fault. And you are being bullied. No, she's not being bullied. She literally will sit and set up a situation and a conversation just to turn around and say, see, look how they're acting with me. See, look what they're doing. But she'll sit and start a conversation with you. Like, she'll actually create an issue with you. You're sitting there minding your business in the chat or whatever, and here she go talking shit. And then when you clap back, then she act like the victim. Then when you get up there and you want to talk to her, now she want to cut you off, stop everything you have to say because she knows you're speaking facts. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Nobody wants to keep going through that with Stargate. And nobody feels like they should have to not tune into your show because she's on your panel. I don't know where she thinks that everybody is supposed to tune out because she's on the panel and we don't like what she's saying. No, boo-boo, you could be challenged like anybody else. Okay, if I can get on a panel, or if Carrie Ann can get on a panel, or if QT1 or Dr. Nikki can get on a panel, and anybody else can be challenged, then Stargate's bird ass can be challenged too. I don't know who in this sector put her above that. But sweetheart, you're gonna need to bust that bubble for her. Okay, pull her down a couple of notches. Okay, and help her understand that she needs to humble herself. Okay. At the end of the day, nobody has anything against Stargate. There's nothing that anybody really just dislikes about her per se. It's just the way that she does things. She likes to insert herself in situations and circumstances and conversations to appear like as if she's intelligent, or to appear like she's a part of something. And really, she's not, okay? She's not that important. She's not that relevant. And I'm going to need you guys to stop pretending with her that she is. I really appreciate it that you guys will start doing that. I have faith in these brothers who have been doing that and how will finally now stop. Now, again, I'm not saying this is everyone. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't put that bitch on, okay? But if it fits, lace that motherfucker up and wear it. That's all I'm going to say, all right? Now, we're going to move on. Shout out to the sisters again. Keeper 116, Dr. Nikki Proctor, QT1, let me see your transcript, Carrie Ann, Brown Sugar Baby, Money to Burn, Josephine, Glorion, Marie Slater. And I'm not saying that in any way or anything. That's with everybody collectively, all the women in the sector. We have a lot of strong Black women in this sector, okay? A lot of women who have no problem having a conversation with one another and convening so that we can create some sense of peace in this sector, okay? Clark is another one. I appreciate you. Vici, I appreciate you. And thank you for being here today. Um, we had a wonderful, wonderful conversation on Josephine's channel last night with Money to Burn, Keeper 116, myself, and with QT1 and Josephine. So the conversation stemmed from Germ on the board, and shout out to him too. We appreciate you having us on the show last night. But Stargate spent so much time on that panel with Germ, screaming over top of all of us. Literally, you could barely hear anything that we were trying to say. Okay. We were really giving her some good advice. We were really giving her some good meat to take home and to eat on and to possibly use some solutions on. But Stargate is just so far beyond any of that that we just had to, when Germ said he was getting ready to end the show, we said, okay, we're just going to take this over to one of our chats. We took it over to Josephine's, and we were able to have a civil conversation in regards to this, and everything we needed to say came out, and it came out clear. Okay. I hope that Stargate will sit and listen to that video. Okay. Because it's not that we were trying to come at her or anything. It's just literally, it is so difficult to have a simple conversation with you. When we try to talk to you and have a very simple conversation with you about a gripe that somebody has, you take it and you make it into 50 other thousand things. And then we have to sort through every single one of those before we can get back to the actual core issue. And that becomes frustrating when somebody's trying to talk to you, Star. It's so frustrating doing that, especially considering the fact that you are almost 50 years old, okay? I don't have to even have these conversations like this with my 20-plus-year-old kids, okay? Like, this is the ridiculous part about when I get on a panel with you. It's ridiculous. It don't make no sense. So no, I'm not trying to pick at you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm damn sure not jealous of you because you ain't got shit that I don't have, okay? If not more. And, it's nothing like that. It's literally, I am tired of getting on a panel with you on other people's platforms. Because mind you, Stargate, have not seen me on your platform in months. And there's a reason for that, okay? So there's a reason why I don't come over there. But I'm not about to abandon D. Durrell. I'm not to abandon Germ on the board because you hop on the panel. What makes you think that all the women in the sector are going to stay away from all the men in the sector because you're around? Bitch, you better have several seats, okay? We've been around and we're not going nowhere just because you're on the scene, okay? You can have several seats in that matter. Now, we're not going to fight over the men. We don't have to. There's no reason for us to. They are content creators. They are wonderful men, and they deserve our support, and we are going to support them. But we are tired of you making everything in this sector about you. Darrell had a story yesterday about 3 niggas in the sector, and you got on the panel, and the entire show became about you. That shit is ridiculous. Germ on the board had a channel open panel. Everybody can talk about anything. Here you go, hopping on the panel. And just because he said you're welcome to come up there, oh, you want me up here? Yay, let me talk about my relationships and let me talk about all the ladies in the sector who don't like me and are hate. Bitch, we so tired of hearing this fucking story. I'm so tired of hearing this story. Are y'all tired? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all tired of hearing this story. Put a damn 1 in the chat if you tired of hearing this story, because I'm sick of hearing the story about Stargate's baby daddies and Stargate's boyfriends and all the men that she done slept with and all this other. I'm sick of her. I am sick of that conversation. Every single time I turn around, you are having that same conversation. We're sick of it. We don't want to hear it anymore, Stargate. Let it go, okay? Like, is there another sector she could get in? Can Sinetta and them take her back? Like, listen, we don't want to hear about your man no more. And listen, let me tell you this. There's another bitch on the scene now, okay? Yes, honey, Carrie Ann, you better come for that man. That's right. D. Durrell is now for Carrie and she taking your place, bitch. Okay, you mad? You mad? I loved it though. I fucking loved it. She was so upset, and I really appreciated that. Shout out to Darrell for making up with Carrie Ann, because Carrie is the bomb.com and niggas know it. Niggas know it. Yep, Photon, niggas know it. Shout out to Carrie Ann. Yep, she out here. You mad, Star? We done with your ish, okay? Carrie is going to take your place, sweetheart. Okay, she got it. She now part of now. Tiffy, you know I ain't coming for you. I know you number one, baby. I know you number one. You know what I mean? But we're going to go ahead and put Carrie up in there. We kicking Stargate to the back. Okay, we kicking her out. You know, she going to have to push the car. That's what she got to do. She the help. Okay, Stargate the help. But anyway, I really just wanted to bring that to y'all today. Really appreciated last night and how the sector went, and how Carrie Ann and them were able to make up with Darrell. You know, and that, you know, because guys, we can move on from situations. It don't have to continue on and on and on and go on and everybody and their feelings and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas can really move on from situations. Oh, except the bird, okay? Except Stargate. I don't know. But she got to move on, but I know that she's not. So, you know, it is what it is. The only thing that I ask is that we just leave her on the island that she's on. Let the bitch talk to herself. Let her get on her own panel. And I ask you, brothers, to please shut that shit down, okay? When she get up on your panel, I'm not saying and telling y'all what to do, but one thing's for sure and two things for certain. Us as the women, we support every single one of y'all. We support everybody out here in these streets, from Photon to D. Darrell to every other single content creator. We are going to support you as a team, okay, and as a sisterhood. What we're not going to do is sit up here and bicker and argue with this bird bitch on y'all panels. Like, nobody wants to sit there and do that, and nobody wants to hear her fucking story anymore. We don't want to hear your story, okay? Tell your story on your panel with Al and them, and tell your story on Binary's panel with them. Nobody else wants to hear about that shit, period, point blank. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm moving on. We floating away, Josephine, together. I'm getting on that boat with you. We floating away from the island, okay? We out of chair. We out of chair, okay? We can't do this no more with Stargate. I'm done. Every single time I get on a panel with this bitch, my fucking head hurts. That's real nigga shit. I want to fucking drink when I'm done talking to her. And I don't even drink no more. Like... Oh, I gave y'all a candid moment. Yep. I stopped drinking, y'all. I had to stop drinking because that Hennessy was getting to be a little bit too much. But I'll talk about that on another time. Because right now, we talking about Stargate. Like, I'm really sick of her shit. I'm just sick of it. I can't do it no more, y'all. I really can't do it no more. But anyway, I do have some things I got to do today. So I did put the Oracle reading up. It is, I did pre-do it. So I'm going to upload. I've already uploaded it. So you guys will see that at 6 p.m. tonight. I can drop the link for a little bit if you guys want to talk. But I definitely wanted to bring this to you guys because we had a wonderful, wonderful conversation last night with the ladies. And yeah, like, nobody is jealous of this bitch. She don't have nothing. Like, what do y'all mean? Like, what are you talking about? Jealous? Like, what is there to be jealous of? I don't understand. Yeah, QT, you said you took a shot after. Yeah, I remember you saying that last night. You said I took a shot after I got done with her bird ass. Girl, nobody can deal with this bird. Like, it's just crazy. What's up, Muslim? I appreciate you coming in the building today. Will Locke, you said stars on the island with Wilson. we're binary. Yeah, we actually talked about that last night too. I had made a video a few weeks ago now, probably about a month ago. And I said that binary was using divination against her to turn the sector against her. And yeah, that's still definitely happening. She's still like falling for it. But I want you men who coddle her, I want y'all men to also understand that it's not just women that she's falling out with. She's fallen out with several men in the sector too, who have never done a damn thing to this bitch. Okay. Never done a damn thing to her. So it's not just the women. Nobody's just jealous of Stargate. No, she's falling out with men. I'm talking about married men. Okay. Defrauded Charlatans has a whole wife. He can care less about this bird bitch. Okay. And yet she done fell out with him because he refused to just go along with every single thing she was saying about Carrie Ann. For some reason, she has this extra super hatred for Carrie Ann. It's like she's so intimidated by this woman. And I can understand because Carrie is a strong, beautiful black woman. Of course, she's going to be intimidated by anyone like that. Okay. I mean, but she is so overly intimidated by her. She feels like Carrie is smarter than her, which she is. She feels like Carrie is prettier than her, which she is. I mean, you know, she feels and says and portrays all of this stuff and projects all of these things. Okay. So, you know, hey, it is what it is, but Stargate got to get her shit together. All right, you said, Josephine, you said Al woke up because he peed in his Depends and needs to be changed. Oh, poor Al. Money to Burn, you said, I'm super late, but we'll catch the replay. I appreciate you coming in here today. Vici, okay, you're just saying hi to Muslim. You said, I think this should be their I think that should be her avatar too. She need to change that shit to a bird. Like, how you gonna put Cleo from the movie on there? But baby, like Cleo the shit. Queen Latifah was the shit. Okay. You would never be that bitch. You would never be her. You need to put a whole fucking penguin on that motherfucker. That's what you need. Hey, Spotum, I appreciate you also coming in today. Guys, I am going to go ahead and end the show. You guys know I'm not long, but I did have some things I got to do. I did go ahead and upload the Oracle for this evening, so you guys will get that at 6 p.m. But again, shout out to Dee Durrell, Carrie Ann, the entire sector, all the ladies of the sector. I really appreciate you guys. Again, I am going to put a link to Josephine's video in the chat. That way, you guys, she can get that that view time, and you guys can go look at that and see the wonderful conversation that the ladies had last night. And last but not least, y'all, Stargate is still a bird. I will holler at y'all later, and peace.